What's going down, everybody? It's Claas. I am Claas TV, and this is Detention with Claas. Basically, I ask people to submit interview questions, and I'm going to answer them to the best of my abilities. We are outside. It's pretty cold, but whatever. We're going to get this done real quick. Alright. What year did I start rapping? I started rapping seriously about 2004, so I've pretty much been doing it for about 6 or 7 years now. I did a little bit in '02, '03, but I really started focusing on it about '04, so that's when I started. Do I listen to my old music? Not really. I like my newer stuff more as I progress. I tend to like it better, but from now, every now and then we'll catch an old CD of mine and pop it in and witness how tragic that shit was as compared to right now. I mean, the growth is ridiculous. I might have to put that shit on the internet here one day just so you guys can fucking see it. How do I feel I've progressed from my old material? Progression's tenfold. I mean, from the stuff I know now, the stuff I've learned over the years as compared to what I knew then, I mean, it's a complete 180. Like, I'm nothing like I used to be rapping. Like, everything is new, and I constantly change. And every year, I feel like I'm changing. So I'm never trying to stay the same. I don't ever want to be like I was the year before. And if I am, then I'm not doing my job right. Most musicians talk about friends they've lost along the way onto the top. Do I feel as though I've gone through some of the same struggles in the underground? Probably yes. I mean, in all honesty, hip-hop is pretty fickle. Music in general is pretty fickle. I mean, everything's all kosher until people start quote-unquote making it. Once people start making it, they start forgetting about other people, and so shit changes in everyone's lives. People get busy, and then shit just gets sour, for some people. So, I have lost friends, and, in all honesty, have made enemies doing rap. It's not something that I dig or would like to have happen, but it's just part of the game, and in my opinion, if that's how people want to be, if they can no longer be my friend because of this shit, or they can no longer, rap with me or do shows with me or anything like that, then that's about them. That's not really about me. I'm a pretty, even kill dude. I'm not just the type of dude to just get mad at people. So my friends will always be my friends, and my hip-hop friends will always be my hip-hop friends. So there's never a person that I may have lost then that can't come back and just be like, yo, fuck it all, let's just be friends again. I'm always about that. But this is definitely a business where you will lose a lot of friends and, homies as you gain, but you'll gain a lot more as you continue, through the whole thing. Most underground rappers want to stay underground and often criticize mainstream. How do I feel about this? It's kind of a weird question, because as much as you want to stay underground and not be bigger, there's always a sense and part of you that wants to be bigger. That's why you do it. If you didn't want to be bigger, you wouldn't sell albums, you wouldn't make merch, you wouldn't put yourself out there. Everybody wants to be bigger, and being bigger is basically being mainstream. I mean, that's just what it is. So I can't say that, I don't want to be bigger. I have every aspiration to be bigger than I am, but at the same time, staying underground to me is not changing, what I do. My music will always be like it is. I will always do hardcore, horror, or gritty. I will always do, party shit. If I want to do party shit, I'm going to do whatever I want. That's underground to me, sticking to my guns, what makes me me. But at the same time, I can't say that I don't want to be bigger, so basically, to answer the question, no, I don't think, being mainstream is that bad of a thing. I do think that a lot of mainstream cats right now are garbage, and they're getting over with some shitty rap, and there's a lot better people that could be up there. And I hope if those people make it up there, people support them, because that means hip-hop's changing. That means that it's getting better. That means now people that were underground are now mainstream, and the whole scene is flipped upside down, and that's a good and positive thing for underground music and rap. So that's my opinion. What kind of music inspires me? All music. I'm the type of dude. I listen to rap. I love the Beatles. I listen to a lot of rock, like hard rock. I'm talking like Cookie Monster growling shit. Like, so everything inspires me. I mean, I don't just, you know, segregate myself to a certain genre. You know, even though I'm rap, I don't just listen to rap. Even though I do some horror, I don't just listen to horror. I just love music. You know, so whatever I can pull from anything, you know, that's what I do. I pull a lot from rock as when it comes to performance and just putting myself out there and making sure that my performance stands out, kind of like a lead singer does. He has to make sure he stands out from the rest of the band. So that's the same thing I do. Even though it's just me and Ronnie, you know, I got to make sure that, you know, we got to make sure that we stand out, you know, to the crowd. You know, we are what they're looking at no matter what's going down. So, you know, everything inspires me. Everything. And I mean, that sounds like a cliche answer, but it's the truth. I mean, if you looked at my computers and my old CD collections, you would notice that everything is in that shit. What do I listen to in my spare time? A lot of rock, like I said. I listen to a lot of rock. For some reason, that's my shit. I listen to rock, a lot of headbanging, a lot of screaming. You know, I'm just that type of dude. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. I listen to some rap, some underground rap, Tech Nine, you know, shit like that. You know, I still listen to a lot of ICP and Twisted and Cottonmouth Kings every now and then and shit like that. But for the most part, you know, the shit I listen to is basically like in your face, you know, yelling and screaming like they have bad issues shit. So, I mean, that's just my shit. Can I give someone advice who is starting out? Put yourself in there. I mean, if you're going to do it, do it. It's too hard for this to be a hobby. You know, you can't just be a hobby because then you're going to be like, oh, why just do it for a hobby? Well, if you just do it for a hobby, then there's not really a point to you putting shit out or trying to sell yourself or market yourself because it's just a hobby. And then when you don't market and when people aren't digging you, then you're going to be upset. But the fact remains, you said it was a hobby. So, I mean, don't even fuck with that. You know, put yourself out there. You know, go ahead and if you're going to do it, do it. You know, understand that this is a business at all times. So even if somebody's trying to charge you for a collab or a beat or anything like that, it's a business. Everyone's trying to make money. It's complete business. You know, I mean, you know, selling merch and stuff like that. It takes money to make money, like they say. You know, you can't just, you know, expect to rise to the top. I mean, even cats with a whole shitload of skill are still underground and aren't popping like dudes, you know, right now in the mainstream. I mean, it's who you know, it's what you do, what you can do, who will back you. I mean, so starting out, you know, basically do what you like music wise. You know, put yourself in a frame of mind that you're going to do music that you like. If you like it, then it doesn't even matter if anybody else likes it. As long as you like it, as long as you can put your disc in and you can listen to it and you can ride and vibe to it, then that's all that matters. Other people will dig it as long as you're confident enough to know that you dig it. So that's my advice to anybody. Who do I want to work with that I haven't? Man, there's a lot of people, man. I would love to do shit with Brother Lynch, BG Bullet Wound, Tech Nine, Chris Calico, of course, those cats. I mean, there's, you know, a lot of dudes in just the underground, like Hobson. I think that dude is dope. I would love to do shit with him. I mean, basically, you know, the people I want to do stuff with, I have the opportunity to. I just gotta do it. And, you know, eventually I will. But at this point, you know, if I'm going to come up and make something of myself, I'm gonna do it on my own, and I'm gonna do it with my friends. So I put a lot of people that I dig and that, you know, that are on my level on my CDs, because those are people that I ride with all the time. You know, the bigger names, you know, I don't want to put myself in that frame where I'm just doing bigger names, so people aren't really buying CDs for me. You know, they're buying CDs based on names, and so I'm kind of locking myself in this position where I don't know if I'm getting better or not. I don't know if people are digging me or not. Even if my sales are high, I don't really know if that's because of me or because of who's on my disc. So at this point, even though I would love to do shit with bigger names, you know, there's not really a point to me putting all that money forth and doing that until I'm established enough to where it's going to make sense, and people are not only going to buy the album because, you know, Tech Nine or Chris are on the CD, but because, you know, Claas, it's a Claas song with those cats on it. So at this point, I'm going to continue to fuck with my people and we're gonna do our thing until we get bigger. And then at that point, I'm gonna try to do stuff